Hello, everyone. I'm Tamara Banks, an international producer, correspondent, and documentary filmmaker. I have known Geta and Janice Asfaw for many years. Geta is not only a successful businessman, he and his wife Janice are committed to giving back to the community. They are huge philanthropists. And Geta is particularly keen on helping the African American business community. He wants to make sure that they have the same opportunities and a seat at the table, just like their white counterparts. It is now my honor to introduce to you Geta Asfaw.
Janice and I have been in business for about 45 years as of 2022, such as restaurants, grocery stores, gas stations, real estate, even investments in car dealership in the early 80s. As a young man who spent most of my time in the library at the university student at the University of Washington, Seattle, and studying comparative politics in undergraduate and international relations in the graduate school. This gave me the understanding of the political and economic system of the United States to answer questions such as, why is there not equal opportunity for African Americans? Why is there not equal treatment for African Americans? Why is ownership of almost anything, such as property, businesses, especially franchise businesses such as convenience stores, restaurants, gas stations, car dealership, and on, are limiting the franchise opportunity for African American to black areas, inner city areas, urban areas, whatever word we want to use, which means the cost of doing business is too high and the profit is too low. By the way, I don't have any problem owning business in those areas, but I should not be limited and restricted to only operating in that area. This is how many franchisors practice when it comes to African Americans. In fact, in some cases, they don't even have African American as a franchisee or in the company's top management. The experience I have working with African American from different franchise systems and my experience investing in two of the largest companies in the industry as a franchisee gave me a unique perspective. As part of my community involvement, working with a number of professionals who work with different companies, this experience gave me the advantage to see why African Americans are on the bottom of every social indicator. On 250 years of slavery, 100 years of legal apartheid, and only 56 years since full citizenship, which is the struggle of the civil rights movement, such as voting, owning property, university admissions, bank loans, mixed marriage. It was even against the law for blacks to read, even to read. Now, these are some of the institutionalized barriers that African Americans face daily. These are not the decisions of white individuals, but rather the law of the land, even after the 1964 Civil Rights Act, the 1965 Voting Rights Act, the 1968 Fair Housing Act. Mixed marriage was still illegal in many states until 1967, only 55, 56 years ago. So again, we should not be surprised that black Americans are on the bottom of every social indicator, and we should pay attention to that. First and foremost, no country has full democracy until it allowed, or it has allowed all citizens full human rights, including voting rights. This is not an emotional analysis or opinion. This is fact-based historical truth. Let me elaborate on some of them. African Americans have a lower level of income than whites, which is not surprised. The latest census shows, 2018, for every dollar whites receive, African Americans get 59 cents and Latinos get 72 cents. Most importantly, the income gap between white family households and black family households is the same as it was in 1978. That was about 45 years ago. 1978 was the peak year for the anti-poverty movement. The gain from the civil rights movement from the 60s, 61, 62. For every dollar of wealth white households have, black households have 10 cents and Latinos have 12 cents. These are the result of the Jim Crow local and state laws between the mid-1800s and 1965, 1966, mainly in the South. Now, let me explain the mandate. They mandated segregation in all public facilities with what was supposed to be separate but equal status for Americans of African descent. That means you'll have everything like us equally, but you'll be over there away from us on your own. Again, separate but equal. In reality, this led to treatment that was inferior to white Americans, which put blacks through economic, educational, social disadvantages, including state-sponsored school segregation. Now, we can never forget history like this. No matter how many times we talked about it or how much we think we know about it, it is important that it is time to stop defining ourselves through the lenses of others. Remember, blacks have been in this country since before it was a country, since it was before the United States of America. So that's why the goal is not people to blame themselves because I'm not good enough. That's why. Why I didn't get that promotion. Maybe I didn't get that loan. It's not because of you, really. It is the system it's just we invisible. Our work is invisible. African American in America always ask for two things: equal opportunity and equal treatment. Equal opportunity and equal treatment. That's all. No more and no less. The most significant impact over anything else is the psychological damage that has been done. Why didn't I get the job? Why didn't I get promoted? Why didn't I get the raise or the bank loan? Why didn't I get the award, the recognition? Because I'm not good enough? Is it my fault? Even thinking subconsciously, maybe my race is inferior. That's why I want to use my own historical knowledge and life experience of living in America for over 50 years to illustrate that as an African American, it is not your fault. You are good enough and you are excellent. Your race is not inferior. Even if you do everything you are asked to do and more, even if your results are outstanding, you are a top performer. Even if your results are used as a model for others, being black limits you on how far or successful you can be. To read and write was against the law. So throughout the years and the years, really, there's nobody went through that except black in America. Some want that loan from the bank to expand their business. Some want to move up the corporate ladder. Some want to get that great job or that big bonus. Achieving that goal or dream is limited because our work as black in America is invisible. In short, our results and accomplishments are simply ignored. Historically, we are measured by our negative results, not from our positive and great work. We are measured by our negative results, not from our positive and great work. We are compared against each other as if we cannot compete against others. The first African American to hold this or that great job, the first African American to get promoted, the first to get elected, the first to get recognized, or the first to own a business. This tells us that this person is better than other African Americans. Even some of these accomplishments we see in these corporations are only after internal or external pressure. And after 400 years, we are still celebrating the first African American to get a job like our new Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, or to be promoted like General Michael Langley, as the first African American promoted to 4-star general. Their accomplishments are remarkable. However, in the 21st century, we are celebrating African Americans for getting a job or for being promoted. We're not celebrating an African American founder of a 20 or $30 billion business or industry that helped the community. So what it means is that the 400 years of mistreatment, discrimination, inequality, and lack of opportunity placed upon blacks in America as part of the U.S. law would have this effect on any group put in the same situation. So it's not the race, but the conditions that we have been made to live through. Even today, there's not equal opportunity in a lot of cases, so that's really important to understand our history. If we understand our history, then we have the opportunity really to solve it. But the most important thing is not ever to forget the history of Black in America, never to forget it.
In 2023, Geta was appointed by Colorado Governor Jared Polis and unanimously elected by the Senate to the Colorado Civil Rights Commission. Now, the commission advises the governor and the General Assembly regarding policies and legislation that address illegal discrimination.